Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening.
Welcome to the Fight Dub.
This is my favorite main event!
Main event for episode 7.
I'm excited.
God, we got a treat for you.
Oh, yes. We had to bring it back, the IMCF, the IMCIF,
love it.
the International Medieval Combat Motherfucking Federation.
Wow.
What we got up on the menu today? What countries are duking it out?
We got France and Sweden doing
Oh,
battle.
Wow.
Yes. On the battlefield.
I like this. Let's see what we got. Huh, begin!
Oui.
Thank you, Devin. Okay, we're a little meandering here.
Yes.
Looks like they're meeting everyone
It's
up.
alright.
Squaring
Go
off.
up. Shake gauntlets.
I think I'll fight you, mate.
The French are making like souffles in the back.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. What,
Look at the conical helmets.
There's no Irish or English people on this field. Where's that accent, Bert?
It's European, you know.
Yeah. Right.
The Swedes are the fucking
Yeah, yeah.
Vikings in
Come
this.
here.
Derby.
Come here. Let me hold you.
And the French
Yes.
are...
This is not cologne.
Oh, baby, I have not finished smoking my cigarette.
You
Look at
smell
that.
like an armpit.
Look at these guys standing in the back. What a bunch of bitches.
Look at this. Kiss me.
Oh, I like the spike.
Oh my God.
I like that
What are those
spiky
guys?
helmet.
What
Why
are
are
those
those?
guys?
I don't know. Why are those dudes in yellow?
Those are the referees.
That's Sweden. Sweden's in the blue and
Those are
yellow.
the referees.
They have giant sticks to
Yeah, because
poke people and keep them at
they
bay
get
from the
swatted.
weapons.
They get
Wow.
swatted accidentally
Oh,
every
yeah.
once in a while.
Whack.
Look at this. Oh,
Whack.
oh,
Wow.
oh, wait,
Bad
wait a
French.
minute.
Look at that dude with the mic. Just coming in for the bang for the sound effect. Oh, this is really good folly here.
Why did you whack me? I'm on your team. He was like whacking the same guy on his own team.
Oh, 3 on. Here's
Oh.
No, this
Two on
guy's
one.
no. Gee, he's got
Who
the right.
is this? Is this? These are the Swedes.
Yeah,
This
these are
has to be the
Swedes.
Look at
Swedes,
this.
Taking
right?
one French dude.
Bing, bing,
I threaten you with this mallet.
bing,
Oh,
knee,
ah,
bing,
ouch.
thigh.
Oui.
Yes. Let us look for spots where we are unprotected.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What does this dude
Behind-
think he is?
behind-
The fucking last Knights Templar?
We
What's going
shadow.
on?
We laugh at your.
Yeah, you're right. They got those yellow
Oh my
guys.
God.
Those guys with the yellow things with the staffs.
Those guys have to be the referees. Or
You
something.
will not take me down except with a Nico Red
Oh,
Pass.
medics.
Oh, those guys. Oh, yeah, these guys are done.
They're medics.
He's like, oh, fuck.
Okay.
Oh, fuck.
I've been.
I think I'm bleeding.
We're staying down.
I'm internal
Staying
bleeding.
down.
Exactly.
Where's the cart?
Somebody get this helmet off me. I can't breathe.
I love how, like, just now, if you look at the top left, it said point, Sweden. Just at one
Right, yeah,
point.
1 point Sweden. Yeah,
there
exactly.
any-
1 point. We almost died, but 1 point.
Okay, well these guys look, they're huddling it back up. Okay, hey man,
Well, they
you
got-
did a good job.
Looks like they got the safety first with the helmets.
Yeah,
They all
good
look
job.
like they're
Those-
not going to get their eyes gouged.
The Swedes didn't have a chance.
No
You know.
chance.
No, they were crying. They were crying the entire time. You know.
We have ye old medic.
What is that corner telling him?
Well,
What's
I'm
that
sorry,
corner
they used
like?
barbers at that time, right? It was a barber.
Look,
It was a medieval barber slash.
Yeah.
I
Let me
love
touch
how-
your head and I'll draw blood with leeches.
Exactly. Theodoric of York.
the corner guy's like, yo, when you see the
Yeah.
giant metal thing coming towards you,
Yeah.
don't let it hit you. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Those
corner
are-
advice.
For God's sake.
Well, what is? Wait a minute. How many people are left? There's only like 5 Frenchmen.
Here we go.
3 left to Paris.
Well, the Frenchmen, there they go. What do they call those little spear things? What do they call those?
That's
There's like 20.
that is a
Wait, they added
garbage
some
can.
people. They added some guys.
That's a garbage can lid and a machete that dude was holding.
Oh,
That
no,
dude is
the-
not French.
The Fleur de Lis.
That dude's
That's what they're
Cuban.
doing.
What's he got
all,
there?
All
Looks like the side of a conga.
Yeah.
Looks like the side of a conga drum.
Like, this fucker is not French.
That's what it looked like. Yeah, he's Cuban. But you know, hey, I'm Cuban. So.
Hey,
Me too.
if you can get,
You too?
one, if you
Yeah,
can
that's
get
right.
anybody to put one of these fucking helmets on, then just sign them up.
Yes. Bert's Cuban.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, okay, is this on snug enough? Is this on? Right, don't do
Wait.
don't do the arm farting thing. It doesn't work.
Just make sure my ruffles are in order. That's all that I need. I need
Look,
to look
see
good.
the guy in the back? He's the executioner. Yeah. I want to see like a headlock.
This one doesn't seem to be very well attended.
Well, nobody told me not to use a sharp blade.
I sharpened
Now-
mine.
Where was it? It's not on the form.
Yeah. Who brought in the samurai sword?
Right. But why is Black Mamba on your side?
Apparently, it looks like the Swedes and the French are ready to line up here again for battle. The Swedes with an arm thrust, looking very ready to go in.
We shall kill you with
What's the one
pancakes.
point that they
I would be a fan of the French, but we don't have a camera from that end of the field to go from their backfield
We
to,
will kill
to
you
play on their
with
side
pancakes and IKEA furniture.
as well.
We will beat you by having to have instructions.
We'll do it so efficiently, it'll be called social beating.
Let us be civilized.
Yeah, it'll be communal, flat tax rate for everyone, flat beating rate.
Don't make me run. Too. I mean, nobody's running. You notice nobody's actually running. They're like,
Here we go. Okay, here we go. Come on, French guys. You got to score some points now.
Those guys. Are,
Oh, there you go.
Body check. That was a hockey move,
Rudy's-
man.
That
Rudy!
guy's hurt. That
That
guy's
was either
fucked
a
up.
rugby, hockey move. That was a
He's
maybe
still down.
football,
Look at him,
maybe
man.
football.
He's not moving.
Dude, that was
man.
awesome.
Dude, you got him in the groin.
He's
What I love
still
is the
not
dudes
moving.
that fucking
My
jab at
groin.
people with their fucking shields. That's the best.
That's a good one.
My groin.
And then the behind the knee one from remember when Travis?
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, man.
Chopping the tree down. You can't get
Well,
away from
no, you
that.
can get him right behind the neck too. You know.
Dude,
That's
not
nice,
if you,
right?
not if you have that fluffy curl thing that dude had. Dude.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's chain mail,
That's
man.
fancy.
What's this French guy do?
It's
He's
camel
just-
hair.
It's
He actually wears that at night. You know.
Better be
when
helping
he's-
somebody, French dude.
a
There you
500
go.
thread cotton count.
Oh, he came over to annihilate. He's the look at that.
Oh, yeah, this
Some
guy
of these
means
guys-
business.
Some of these guys take it really
Someone's
seriously.
mad.
Dude, the French are pissed at this one, dude. I see, those are all French motherfuckers.
What?
The
Yeah.
French is running this game.
Yeah.
Why is that guy
Running
in that
this
corner?
gauntlet.
There was
They
a guy
were pissed off. They're like, fuck these Swedes. We don't give a fuck about IKEA furniture.
Exactly.
We make our own.
Fuck you and your
No.
meatballs. We
Yeah.
got French fries and French
Dude,
toast.
look at
Oh, wait a minute. Now they're beating up on this little guy.
Oh shit.
They're down. They're down. He's like, hey.
I tapped out.
Oh, he's like,
Long
fuck
time
you.
ago.
Fuck your people. With the soldiers, hey. Attacking as he poked the bear.
Fuck you, you cheese eating surrender monkey.
Look how bad that field is too. It's like a horrible. Let's let the donkeys crap here first. Oh, that was very funny.
So what do you think? Do you think you could withstand the gauntlet of some of those trials of being a competitor yourself, or no?
Me?
Yeah.
My deductible's too high. Like, I would never get onto that something like that. That would be. No, I mean, how could you? I mean, really.
No, I don't know. I
mean,
couldn't.
How
never.
could shoot me?
It looks fun. It looks fun though.
It looks fun if you're.
It looks a bit dangerous.
Let's all get hopped
Yeah, I
up on
think
bath
so.
salts and we'll go rage.
more like crystal meth. If you put a bunch of guys up on crystal meth, then I'm sure you'd have quite an event.
Alright.
It was pretty amazing. There was a lot of guys there. That's
Well-
actually a pretty big. And I want to see some of the other teams. You know, like the Chinese team. You know,
We
You
saw
don't wanna
Japan-
see the
Japan
Chinese team,
versus
man.
France last
Yeah.
night.
Against who? The Swedes?
Japanese.
The Chinese and the Japanese
They're
against the
good.
Swedes?
They got beat.
Let's
They
just
got beat.
face
They got
the
beat.
Russians.
Americans.
Let's put the Russians
Russians,
against
yeah.
the
We get so much content from Russia already.
Yeah.
Those are Goliath Antarctic bears going against.
I just want to
I
see
don't know.
sharper swords. Am I
That
alone
that's
here?
true. No. I think we should do a reenactment.
I want to see real death.
We
Well,
see arterial spray.
True.
Well, Fernando, we got a couple treats in store for you.
right.
So let's take it back to the table and we'll start the show. Grace,
Grace.
baby, bring us home, please.
Welcome back to the Fight Dub!
What up, fam? How you guys doing this week? We're good to see you again. It's been a hot minute, but we back in the house with an illustrious guest, a friend, a fam, an award-winning comedic screenwriter, Mr. Fernando Paez. What to do, brother? How are
Welcome,
you in the
baby,
building?
welcome.
Let's get the house.
Thank you.
Episode 7. We like to change it up.
Be here with you guys, you know.
Dude, it's an honor to have you. We have a little bit unique perspective. We got somebody on the creative end of things instead of, necessarily on the execution things.
What do you
know?
mean?
Well, I mean,
You said I can't take care of myself, Devin?
no, I think you could take care of me easily. I'm
I
sure.
don't know about that. I get tired really easy.
We're not
I
gonna
get an
test
old man nap, like right in the middle.
It doesn't. we'll never test that theory, so it's all good. But we got a treat in store for you today. Before we get into our segments, we have one rule here
We
at
do.
Fight Dub.
And that is,
Everyone talks about Fight Dub.
we have another rule actually on Fight Dub, which is,
Do
Everyone talks about Fight Club. Yeah. Now we established the ground rules. We move forward, guys. Welcome, Fernando.
You got that, brother.
You want to tell us a little about your little? Not your little. Tell us about your career here.
Your little what?
Your little.
Yeah,
We'll
talk
about that.
Get into that. You want to know? I've been writing for about 20 years or so. I've been around in LA for a long time. But I do love writing and working, and
Absolutely. It all starts with writing.
Yeah, it does start. I think for me, it's about I love to be out there and record things and talk to a lot of people, right? Meet a lot of people out there. Let's not get too serious because this is a very funny show. I'm a big fan. Been watching you guys for a while, seeing you develop.
Thank you. Yes,
As
absolutely.
young
That's
man,
right. Yes, he's been there since the inception period with us.
Young man.
We went 0 to 100.
Young
real
man
quick.
rumble.
7 episodes deep, man. We're in the thick of things now.
Well, I love it. I love fighting. My son was a Muay Thai kickboxer. He was an instructor in San Francisco. He taught about police, fire, and he's really good. And so I was always in that, in that life. And like I told, what was it?
Jerry.
Godzilla. He was an amazing guy, by the way.
Yeah.
I told him I used to box, so.
Oh, right on.
I boxed
Okay.
amateur. I had a little, amateur. I was the guy that was always getting, killed. Somebody has to do that role.
Yeah, somebody's got to be Rudy. It was me when I was there too, man. Don't worry. I was even worse than you. But on that note, being a fighter yourself, let me ask you, who was your favorite fighter or is your favorite fighter?
George Foreman was my favorite fighter because he could George Foreman can he's really nice, he's really sweet.
He is.
He's a sweet guy, but if he gets angry, and sometimes in the fight he's not really angry, it takes him a while to get angry, right?
Sometimes you just gotta bite a motherfucker's ear off. I don't know. It just takes a little.
No, George.
I know Holyfield got his ear bitten off, but Foreman's that same level where it's you have to push him over that.
But he won't. He
edge.
just does this thing. He has this 3-inch punch that it comes from his core.
Do you think Foreman or Tyson has more power?
No, Foreman.
I think I agree.
Foreman has,
man.
That's a really good
train.
Because they're the two that are compared with each other.
Yeah, the heaviest hitters. Yeah.
I mean, Tyson.
I don't think I want to get hit by either of them, quite honestly, to tell you the truth.
Tyson could.
But
Tyson
they both
could not get. Tyson put you to sleep. In fact, Tyson had more first-round knockouts than anybody. In those days, I love Tyson. I love watching Tyson come in. I watched every single fight, but I love Roberto Duran. I love Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler, and that wasn't my time. Those were the great fights, and we would go see them in closed circuit TV.
Yes.
Theater.
CCTV.
That's how old. That's how old.
I think I remember reading that Mike Tyson's punch at one time had as much force as a donkey kick.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
donkey kick, the sexual act, or donkey kick?
I don't know what a donkey kick is.
maybe.
Okay.
Let's say, knowing Mike Tyson, probably both.
At the same time.
Yeah.
There's a tiger. That movie was pretty funny too.
Yeah.
So if you were a fighter, now being a writer, which rhymes with fighter, it's a very clever alliteration we got going right there. But being a writer, if you were a fighter, what would your walkout song be?
Well, I like bread,
Shut up, bread. What do you mean? Is that song bread?
Yeah, very slow. No, I would be it had to be like a Biggie, right?
Oh yeah, Biggie. Okay,
Yeah,
you were a Biggie
yes.
guy. Okay, all right,
Massive.
all right.
There you go.
Going back to Cali.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Going back to Cali.
Or Run DMC.
That's always a classic.
There you go.
Or even better, probably. Jump around. Which is really the same song as the other.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Shut up, Siri.
See?
We know what
Exactly.
Bert, turn that
Turn your
CIA
phone
device. Turn that CIA recording device off.
So in the last year, I've been writing a lot of comedy scripts, as you know.
Yes.
TV, we have 3.5 Amigos. about 3 Latino guys in LA. Then they get into a fight with this blind, angry dwarf at a pot dispensary. Anyway, it's pretty funny.
Whoa.
Yeah, it keeps getting better. But the pot dispensary thing, see, that can start aging too, you know. But anyway.
If anybody's got any fight videos of people fighting dwarves and pot dispensaries, please send them to us.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier, right?
Hey,
There's probably some out there. I'm sure there's out there.
They prefer to be called little people, I believe.
I thought dwarf was the right word.
I'm
They don't
not
like the They don't like the M word.
I was just trying to be PC.
I got a friend of mine who's here. My friend Michael Gogan, who's a great actor.
If you know, we all talk about love, but I really don't give a shit either. So, no offense.
These guys don't give a shit.
Yeah, 0 fucks.
Well, I love the fights that you guys had on the crazy those big like medieval battles are amazing.
Oh yeah.
But I also like
Everyone loves
the technique segment that you have here. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, look at you running
Yes.
the show now.
I
You're
know.
taking the reins.
Right.
Lead us into the next segment.
Blowing away all
I
the
guess
time with
that's
the
our
segment.
cue, Gracie. Are we
no.
going into technique week? Fernando, should
Not
should we
technique,
go?
but yeah.
Yes, because there's some techniques that I want to talk to you guys about.
All right. Well, let's
No,
go.
I'm just joking. I don't know. I just like the show. It's a good premise, but I gotta say, it's been really amazing watching you with the other guests. You know, too.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, you're such a sweetheart.
Dude, we haven't
Giving
even started
us
yet.
heart-to-heart artistic feedback here. We appreciate it, right? Debbie?
Yes, absolutely. So now we're getting to the weeds of things, and here comes the motherfucking fun part. So, we got our segments coming up. We're going to touch back on some more comedic stuff. We're going to come back in, but now.
We summon the Grace to bring us to the next segment. Gracie, please.
Grace, worship the temple of grace.
Why did I get into that fight?
I don't know. Please tell me why.
As we always say, hopefully you won't be on this show one day, on this segment particularly. All right, today we've got something lined up for you. It is called Unfair Fight in Vegas.
Awesome.
I'm sure there's plenty of those, but this one, this one gets your attention. It's in the middle of the street, as in many of these fights.
Like
are.
Bert said, if you have to be on this show, it means you're probably getting your ass whooped. So
Yeah.
we welcome it, but we feel pity as well.
Okay, these fools are running around the street. Or what?
In shorts. Bobby socks and shorts, and they're both wearing white socks and.
They're jumping on this one guy. Oh, one guy's on the ground.
Hey.
Oh, ass.
The girl comes over.
Is that white
girl,
dude wearing
damn,
a
oh,
shirt on his
damn.
head? This is
Is that a
hilarious.
dude or a girl?
That's a girl. Looks like that girl's
Really?
pregnant. Oh, this
She's
is two
wailing,
girls.
dude. She's awesome.
Yeah, this
Look,
looks
no,
two
she's got
girls.
like
Wait a
that
minute.
slap. She's got that
That
slap.
Those
the
are
one
two
right
girls.
there, that's a girl?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I think these are two girls right
I can
there.
tell by the bra.
Wow.
Oh, these two. Oh, he got it right.
Oh! He's still up.
Dude,
No,
that guy-
he needs
yeah,
a-
that
he needs
dude
a-
pop back
he's
up
not
too.
He
kidding.
needs a concussion test.
Roundhouse to the face
That
and
was a
pop
bad
back
idea.
up.
That's a bad idea. That kick was a bad idea. That was a terrible
Oh, he's
idea.
talking shit.
Fuck out. Get fuck back.
Hey, man.
Get fuck back from my boy. Get back.
Oh!
Good punch,
Sucker
sir.
punch.
Sucker punch.
Sucker
These
kick.
are just sucker punches
kick.
coming from
Dude,
left
that
to
was like a
right.
Bruce Lee kick. He was in the air.
Everybody's
Elevated.
like, who can do the best Mortal Kombat move?
Oh, in the face. Oh, that guy's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, is that a girl?
Oh no, not the dead one, but the girl picked up her
Who's the
bag.
dead one?
I don't know.
I mean, they got kicked in the face like hunting a football.
I don't
That
know.
was
You gotta be aware,
Oh, it
guys.
is.
You gotta be-
Is that brains?
No, I think it's not. Yeah,
Oh my
exactly.
god. Or is that just happening?
That's the end.
Wow.
I don't know. That was pretty
People's
intense.
choice.
That was pretty.
Yeah.
That was pretty intense. I don't know what to think of that. In your professional opinion, from a writing standpoint, what could you do to sensationalize that? Even though it's
It was a kick. It was a field goal, man.
I know what
that
it
person's
was.
head. How much more sensational can you be than that? I mean,
I don't know.
I like that girl wailing. She was amazing, man.
Yeah, she probably
sign
got the
her
most
up.
significant strikes in. Yeah.
Dude, that girl was a badass bitch.
Yeah.
She should at least be like a stuntman or something.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Right?
She was almost as bad as Barbie or whatever, bad Barbie, cash me outside, bitch. Or whatever. I'm a bad bitch.
Yeah, right. I get you outside.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and aliens and human beings out there on the plethora of the world.
Hello out there.
What do we got coming in off the chain, hot off the presses, Bert?
Well, this is our next segment called Are You Sure You're a Black Belt?
I don't know. Only one way to find out, motherfuckers. I
Here
really
we
don't
go.
think these guys are good.
You know, black belts. First of all, can I just say one thing about
Sometimes
black
we're going to
belts?
change it up a little bit. Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
black belts are bullshit.
Because the whole thing about black belts, back in the it was like 20th degree black belt, 100th. No, I'm a 200th degree black belt. Now wait a minute, right? Because it was like all these degrees. Where did that end?
Yeah.
Like who's the most degrees of black belt? How old is that dude?
I don't know.
You know?
It's about effectiveness ultimately, yeah.
Like-
Exactly. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's a whole
Okay.
belt discussion,
Okay.
but yeah, here we go.
Sorry.
But every once in a while, when you like to change it up, here we go.
Okay.
This is Taekwondo, guys, and let me tell
Roll
you, these are fucking brutal.
Begin.
Okay.
Tuck.
Are you got a helmet?
Shake. There you go.
Slap your 5. Okay. If I fucking
Yeah.
kick you unconscious.
They have way too much hockey gear to really be
Yeah.
an effective fight. Oh my
Ooh.
God! You got jacked in the face though.
Dude, that's super fast.
Never mind that retort.
Super
Everything I
fast,
just
man.
instantly
They
said.
gotta- They got a flush.
Holy shit!
Flush. Yeah.
Bang!
Wow, that's a good shot.
Oh shit.
Look, it
Oh,
continues.
shit.
Is this a different fight?
Yep.
Okay, sorry.
Dude, this is a highlight.
Oh, that was cool.
That was awesome.
So these are all highlights of different
Yeah, look.
matches. Okay, all right.
Dang. 90
Oh,
fucking
heel.
nine.
That's the heel,
Yeah,
dude.
he's out. Look at that.
Yeah, the heel, that's like a sledgehammer in the face.
Dude, why don't these people block? Why don't these people
Oh,
protect their head?
Oh, get a room.
Like, that's what I don't understand.
Oh,
is
man. Look at that.
all of these are just headshots open.
Ooh.
And everybody's arms are down. When all these
Okay.
occur, everyone's arms are
They're
down.
not big on
Nobody's
blocking.
doing this.
Dude,
Nobody's even
I would
trying
get
to
like a-
just be like, yo, let me put it
I would get
on.
like I would get like a burqa looking thing, you know? Like
They feel too
Oh.
safe with headgear, man.
I would have a giant headgear.
No, it's not
This is
about
Olympics.
Yeah,
This is
it's
Olympic
sport.
stuff.
Taekwondo's an Olympic sport.
Yeah, I would get my own headgear
Look at that.
and say it was like a religious
I
thing.
would try not to get kicked in the head.
Oh! Oh,
Jesus
that's a heel. See the heel?
Dude, I'm telling you.
Oh, look. Oh, wait a minute.
Timber!
Wow.
Oh!
That was
Oh
awesome.
shit.
Look at this. Oh, when your leg curls like that?
Right
When you're,
here.
yeah, when you're like dislocating your ACL,
Yeah.
going down,
Yeah.
you know you're out. You know
Your
you're
whole
out.
body just
Yes.
failed. Exactly.
Yes. Oh, look at that. Oh,
Oh.
like order pizza.
Bang!
Yeah.
Bang! Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah, NyQuil. Oh, oh man.
Oh, I'm still standing. What?
Yeah.
You
Thank
keep-
you.
Boom! That was a nice
Thank you
spin.
for knocking me out. I had a bad
Bang.
call.
That was
Oh
a nice
my God.
momentum.
Oh.
Full through.
Look at this.
Yeah, that
Follow.
Oh, you're
Ah!
tired. I think I'm
Oh.
gonna lay down right
Reverse
now.
was,
motion.
yeah. They don't have enough insurance in that place for
Oh
that.
my god.
You know.
Look at this.
Oh!
Whack.
Oh, that was a good
Look,
kick,
his
man.
arms did the hallelujah.
It was a good reverse, man. See, he was like backing up out of the way.
Ring!
Brain damage.
See, that's what I don't understand. Why aren't these
Look,
people's
look,
fucking
look,
heads?
look,
I
look,
hate
look,
that.
He looks like a rabbit. He's got a rabbit head.
I'm okay.
Oh.
Adrian.
Check this one out.
What's
See.
the rabbit?
You need this in slow mo.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, but got him in the balls though, right?
Right, chin
Got
to
him
your
in the
foot
balls.
style.
Oh shit.
Oh, wait a minute.
Wow, that's fucked up. I'm not ready. I wasn't ready.
It's a little
Whack.
bit. Oh Jesus Christ! It's a little bit.
What the hell was that?
Bert,
Spinning.
it's a little bit
Oh.
depressing to see so many
He gave him-
people
He gave him a leg bar.
consistently breathe out of a straw. For the
Right. Especially don't even get paid.
right? I'm
There's no
like,
money.
this is
There's no money.
terrible. Bah!
There's no spectators.
That was kind of fun.
You're
That was a
killing,
nice one.
you're killing yourself for nobody. Nobody's
Hey, your mom and dad's probably there.
there. Yeah, maybe.
You know?
No, I don't think mom.
Oh. Oh.
My wife couldn't
Maybe
watch.
not after that one.
My wife couldn't watch my son fight.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait a minute, see that? Oh,
Axe kick. Coming down.
that's
Look at
tremendous
heel.
flexibility though in these guys, you know.
Look at him. He's looking around. Oh, he's
Yeah, look
got
at him,
the
he's like-
eyes open, unconscious.
Dude,
This
I would-
sucks.
He's beating teddy
Fuck
bear.
one of these
Teddy
fools
bears.
up so quick.
You know, Superman. He thinks.
Ow,
he's-
catch
oh,
that leg.
ooh, that was fast.
Yeah, if you couldn't. Oh my god, dude.
It's a great kick, so
Uh-huh.
so athletic.
And this, you know, they starting to use this shit in UFC too. You see guys using spinning kicks
Yeah.
and now it's all.
I'll tell you what though,
They're
this
fucking-
would not fly on the battlefield of the the International Medieval Fight League.
Remember that? I've seen that same walk though in the International Medieval Fight League. That same walk happened. Oh,
that guy just ran away.
I heard the train. I'm going.
Oh wait,
That was awesome.
we got one more thing.
Let's
see.
No.
Oh,
no.
Oh!
They-
Children, little
They
kids.
fooled us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Now we'll be blamed for being savages for showing child blood sports.
The child is dead though.
Oh, you got him just in time. No children were harmed
No
No,
children.
clearly
in
not.
the critique of this video.
Look at the protective
We didn't
gear.
make it, you know?
Yeah, we didn't make shit.
We're not at fault for the children killing themselves.
Yeah.
Of course not.
Children
Find
kill
this shit on
themselves every
YouTube.
day, though.
Yeah.
Look, yeah.
Can't
and,
blame
you
the
know,
messenger.
Russia and Eastern European bloc's a hard place, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't
Life's
see
tough. Life's tough there. It's a true story.
You have any brothers, sisters?
I got an older brother, but he is the Big Lebowski. He's the dude. If anyone who's the fireball of the family, it's definitely
But you
me.
must have like grown up fighting and right. I mean,
No,
I had 3 brothers.
He's-
We were constantly fighting. Right?
Yeah, we fought. He was 7 years older, and he's like 6'4", 240. So like,
Yeah.
it was mainly him throwing me into shit versus a real fight. There was no real fight. It was just him beating me up.
Those are the days. Where'd you grow up?
Florida,
Really?
Tampa.
Tampa.
Yeah, soy cubano. My mom's Irish.
Cuban too.
Yeah.
Well, I was born in Havana. You were born in Florida.
Yeah, I was born in Florida. My family's from Bajadero Beach. My grandfather's from Bajadero.
The most beautiful beach in the world.
Yeah, my grandfather was mayor of Bajadero Beach.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. That's
And they
amazing.
fled after, he was mayor during Batista, and then he fled when Castro came.
What was his name?
My grandfather? Elio Mueller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mule. I was gonna ask you, is it a mule?
Yeah, it's a Mueller. So we have
Oh, that's
German
amazing.
heritage.
Okay.
So we trace our lineage back to our German roots.
Okay.
Mueller with the umlaut, obviously.
Mhm.
M-U-L-L.
The M-U-E,
Not,
yeah.
not M-U-E, M-U-L-L-E.
Yeah, I'm Poyes with the Ungat too. You know that, right?
But our relative back like in the 1700s joined moved to Spain and joined the Spanish Royal Navy and got stationed in Cuba as a pirate hunter in the development of the colonies. So like 1600s, like, you know, right when all that was coming about. And then just settled and stayed like the accountant, the male side of the family. The
That explains a lot about you, my friend.
Sanchez was the other side, but yes.
Still a
we're-
pirate
we're-
hunter.
Definitely, no, Dylan definitely is. He's quite a swashbuckler.
No, I mean that's an amazing life. Think about
Yeah,
the life
that's cool.
story that is. That's
Yeah.
a tremendous. That's a movie right there. You know. That's a great fight. I did like those guys. It was more serious than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, no, every once in a while I like to change it up on you. You know, usually we're
Yeah.
looking at people clowning people who are black belts, but
Yeah.
some of these guys might have
So
been actual
give
black
me,
belts.
ask
Yeah.
me the question:
Which one?
are they black belts?
I think those guys are public black belts.
Those guys are. That's the real black belts.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
it's
the real
gotta
black
be.
belts. They were so amazing. Those kicks. They had super. First of all, they're super fast. It's like
Yeah.
Bruce Lee speed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
These roundhouse kicks
Yeah.
with heels. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a shame that somebody has to be on the receiving end of that punishment. But
But what are you
it's a
practicing it
beautiful
for
thing
then,
to
you
see.
know?
It's a
Dude,
beautiful thing
I
to see.
think
It's a beautiful
what should determine a black belt is your ability to kick the head in of your opponent.
But then you
And I
should
think
think,
they
yeah, but
all
this is a amateur,
succeeded.
but
Well,
it's
since
amateur.
Taekwondo is all about kicking and kicking on the head, that's pretty much what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because there was several brain damage cases there. I mean, there were some
yeah.
operations after that. I'm sure.
Yeah.
You
Our
know.
condolences and a portion of proceeds of this episode will be donated to the Sucking of Straws Fund
Yes.
for damaged brain fighters.
Yes.
I mean,
That was a joke, but I'm actually serious. We'll figure out
Yes.
whatever charity you want us to donate to. We'll definitely
Yes.
take our share of ad revenue. We love you guys. Make sure
And
you
we'll
help.
donate to the Taekwondo Concussion Fund.
Yes. If there is one. If there's not, we'll start it. There you go.
I mean, they could be easily solved with just bigger helmets. You know, like big fat ones, like a pumpkin head. No,
You
pumpkin
think
head size.
so? You
Like
think
the
yeah.
Sean Hannity size head.
Virtual reality, man. We're just gonna go VR. That'll prevent everything. Still skill. I don't know. We'll see.
Well,
Anyways.
those are amazing fights.
We got something fun in store for the next segment. It is one of my two favorite segments.
Okay.
Speaking of being a movie aficionado,
Yeah.
we were talking about Bruce Lee earlier, right?
Bruce
Well,
Lee.
in the words of Bruce Lee, Bert Lee over here named this segment And why don't you lead us in, brother? What are we doing next? What's our fucking on the agenda? What's our MO here?
My man, this is the art of fighting without fighting.
Welcome back, everyone. Yo, this is one of my favorite segments right here. As you can see, we're living in the film studio space. We have one of our esteemed film studio guests who's an aficionado, an expert, a wisdom of the craft, and a creator amongst creators.
That's right.
And we're going to sit here and break down one of my favorite movies. And the reason I wanted to bring this in is because, Bert, I peeked over your shoulder and I saw what scene you were going to pull up. So this is a shout out to all the fucking ladies out there. Woo! And to my girl Charlize Theron, who
we love you.
is one of the most underrated actresses of all time. And I love her to death in both dramatic, comedic, and fucking action.
Particularly action, she takes knocking.
Dude,
she's badass.
Dude, this girl is a heavy hitter. Mm-hmm. Have you seen Atomic Blonde before?
Yes, and it's amazing. I'm so glad you brought it.
Yes.
This is a total surprise to me right now. I'm like, as soon as I saw it, because I love the fight scenes. Mm-hmm. They had tremendous fight scenes.
Absolutely.
And it was, in the entire movie, the fight scene. I mean,
yes.
One incredible fight. And you know what I love about this movie? They made realistic, brutal fight scenes where both sides get hurt.
Yes.
And very realistic. I mean, I don't know how she did it, but I'm sure they must have been.
Because she's a fucking boss.
It is. Well, to go back to Bruce Lee is really the first one who was like, I'm the supreme martial artist. I walk through a room full of dudes and I kick everyone's ass unscathed. Right. And then everyone tried to basically replicate that. Your Seagal, your Van Damme, Chuck Norris, everyone basically replicated that. Has been replicating that.
Right.
So you're right. It is really refreshing to see main characters getting fucked up also.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it happens, guys, you know?
She's tough. She goes, there's parts in this film in that, and it's a very serious movie, by the way, but that, because you think it's just going to be this comic book thing, and it's not. It's like, it's really like an intense. Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's an intense film. I like the movie, the whole movie.
Instead of making it a big, over-the-top action sequence, they make it closed in. It's realistic. It's more
gritty.
It's more
that was surprising.
Born identity that is Mission Impossible.
And John Wick. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, her fighting skills, her athletic ability really makes it, pulls it off. Like Uma Thurman. Really reminded me of Uma Thurman.
I don't think that those are the two. I don't think that Scarlett Johansson. The three. Those are the three now. I mean, Scarlett does a good job with.
I gotta tell you, I think
Kate
Charlize.
Beckinsale.
But I think Charlize takes it for the physicality.
She also did
Aeon Flux.
Aeon Flux. I was gonna say yes.
How old is she?
She's gotta be like 50. She's like 50.
No way.
Yeah, she's a legitimate.
There's no way. She's like 50. Really?
No way.
How old is Charlize Theron?
No, she's not even 40. She's 38.
No. She's in her 40s.
I love you.
She's not 50. It's gonna be like 44 or 45.
These guys, they don't know what they're talking about.
Whatever. She looks 27. That's what matters.
But I'm just saying that kind of physicality.
I don't care how old you are, Charlize.
You're beautiful and we love you.
Great choreography. Love it.
I think you're smart.
Oh no, you're right. She's 43.
Oh my God! Look who called that. Look, this guy. This guy right here. This guy. He knows you.
I was flattering.
I know you. You're beautiful, baby.
Yes.
I love you.
Yeah.
Anyway, you guys ready to get into this clip?
She's a fantastic actress.
Before I flirt some more.
Actor.
Ready,
Let's roll it.
This is the Atomic Blonde stairwell scene.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Roll it. There we go.
Sorry, she's got to help the mole man out there.
Looking down, running up.
Yes.
Left.
There's some danger.
Clear.
There's some massive
doorway.
danger.
Up.
That's right.
Nope.
Yeah.
Look down. Dramatic look to the camera.
No, she's
Let's
great.
go back.
Look at the camera.
It's all one
It's
take.
good. Yeah, no. That's one of the
yeah.
appeals of this shot sequence is the direction of doing this all one take.
Absolutely.
We're like right there with her.
Well, though that's also equivalent of a lot of notorious fight sequences.
Great lighting too in this. It looks dangerous. It looks like a.
It looks like Max Payne.
Yeah,
lighting.
Noir.
Yeah, a little bit noir.
So
A little bit video game
Immediately starts the fighting.
Grayscale.
These guys are screwed. Look at the position they're in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Coming up the stairs.
Yeah, like bad position. There's no way you're gonna win this. this.
That guy's chops tells me he's gonna die right there.
They think she's easy.
The fact that he has those chops means that he's gonna die.
No,
Right hook to the
Punch in the
face.
face.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, kick on the side.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Ooh.
Like he's really trying to hit her. So like the fact that she overcomes
Oh
that
man,
bam.
she took a shot. That would have knocked her out. See?
I don't know.
Yeah.
She's Tom Blonde.
Yeah.
Can't knock her ass out that easy. She's been punched like that before.
I'd like to see her in the
Are you talking
Oh,
crazy?
down the stairs. See, that'll hurt.
Imagine what she's like in bed. That character. Like, come on, man. She
Wow.
punch you back. Sorry.
No, man, she's too massively strong, and yeah, this guy's really hurt, really bad.
But he's determined.
He took a stiletto in the chest.
Her character reminds me
Oh, that's a weak
of
kick. There. You can't have a weak kick like that.
what's it called? Angelina Jolie in the Brad Pitt Angelina Jolie movie.
Yes, Mr. Smith.
Yeah, kind of like that strong
that's
assassin.
That's
like
a great,
yeah,
that's a great movie too. That's another
it's very good.
underappreciated movie. It's
I
not great,
agree.
but it's got great fight scenes.
No, it's got great fight scenes and it's got great comedic moments too.
Knife.
So it's got a good balance of
Maybe
both.
fights.
Whoa.
Knife scene.
There you go. Pull it down. That's right.
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, now you're getting stabbed. Oh, now what? Oh, how do you like your knife now?
Great
How do you like
scene,
your knife
baby.
now? Oh, shit. Oh, eye gouge!
I get
Not the eye gouge.
Make sure you caress.
He's caressing.
You didn't caress,
This
babe.
is intense though.
Charlize, you are a bloody mess.
And she's hurt.
Yeah, she's fucked
She's
up.
really hurt. And
Look at
these
this
guys
guy's
are more
bleeding
hurt.
all over his suit.
Can I just go to the bathroom first and then I'll come back and.
He's got like a two-tone suit now.
Oh,
he's
look at that! Look at the camera.
Yeah,
how it
no,
goes
yeah.
back.
He's
He left it. And this guy's like, wait a minute.
still alive, motherfucker?
Can everything?
Oh, you still got your knife? Oh.
Right in the neck.
Why are you stabbing yourself?
He thought the knife was gonna help him. He was wondering he was giving her a knife so she could cut her meat. Wow, that was amazing.
Dude, that was a phenomenal
Yes.
fucking
You're right.
cinematic.
Yeah, she's a black belt.
That's an adrenaline ride there, right there.
Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And that's without the sound or anything. That's
The art of fighting
yes.
with
that
fighting.
movie has, everything. Yeah. Well, Bruce Lee again. Going back to Bruce Lee. When I first saw my first Bruce Lee movie at the New Mission Theater on Mission
Which
Street
movie
in
did you
San
see?
Francisco, I saw Enter the Dragon.
Oh,
First movie.
How bad was your mind blown?
I was great. No, I was a kid. I was 11 years old, 10 years old, and when I walked out, I was like, oh man, that's amazing. I love him. And my friend goes, oh, he's dead already. He died before the movie came out.
Yeah, right.
So I was like, oh, that really blew it for me. You know, it's like, oh my god,
It's funny.
my season was ruined.
Eddie Bravo tells on Rogan about how he introduced his son to Bruce Lee, and it's hilarious. And I've done this too. Well, my daughter was obsessed with Bruce Lee when she was about 3 or 4 years old. I showed her a clip of one of his fight scenes, and she wanted to watch it like over and over again. It was awesome. A scene from Chinese Connection where he comes in and kicks the shit out of everybody, all the
He
students.
kills people.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. But
He touched people in those movies.
Oh yeah, but yeah, but yeah, and Eddie Bravo tells us this story too about how he introduces his son to Bruce, and he's like, he's like, son, I think you're ready for the. He said his son was obsessed with nunchucks, and he's like, and then he showed him the Bruce Lee nunchuck scene, and he was like, his son was totally sprung on him after that. It's funny how 6 or 7, you want to introduce your kids to Bruce Lee? 6 or 7 is the perfect age. My daughter was 3. She's a little advanced that way. She's also my daughter, so you know how it is.
If you're a fight fan and a movie fan, Enter the Dragon's the greatest movie ever made.
It's the alpha and the omega.
It's the greatest film of all time. It is Citizen Kane of fight films.
Oh, 100%.
Right?
100%.
It is,
Absolutely.
It's
It still to this day has 2 of the best film fight scenes, I think. The fight scene where he fights O'Hara and the fight scene where he fights all the guards at the end are 2 of the best.
The guard
best
fight
scenes.
scene is
The camera's up on him,
Yeah.
it's tight,
man.
and it's just him as an artist walking. He's just taking people out.
Bruce Lee is responsible for the speeding up of the frame image of the modern film camera. Like
right.
he was so quick.
That's right.
That technology had to speed up the frame rates of the
Yes.
capturing of the camera
That's
gear
right.
to be able to capture
right.
his stuff streamlined. Otherwise, it just looked like trails.
It was a blur. They're like,
It
what
was a
happened?
blur.
You didn't
Yeah,
see
yeah.
shit. Exactly. You missed it.
There's a lot of movie magic. I mean, people don't realize
It's like a
he's-
fucking cheetah.
Yeah.
You know?
people don't realize he's only 4'8", and weighed like 75
4'8",
pounds.
mate.
He weighed 75 pounds.
He's
It was
like
like-
5'7",
It was
yeah.
movie magic. It was
Yeah,
movie
movie about it. It's like he's shooting up this way.
Listen, compared to Goliath, everybody's 4'8". Godzilla up in this bitch. Just gonna come.
But those are great movies. What about that Dragon with Jason Scott Lee? What do you think of that movie?
You know what? As a movie, I think it was good. I think it was important. Right. And as an Asian man, I was happy to see that movie made. You know what I mean? Because
well, he did a great job.
You get to see some of the shit. I mean, I saw that. I remember when that came out. I saw that with a bunch of Asian guy friends, and we were like, "Wow, it's fucking bad time." You know, you could show a little shit about what kind of stuff that Asian guys got to go through with the harassment and stuff like that. And of course, the first film starring an Asian male lead is in Hollywood was about Bruce Lee. Right. You know what I mean? Like 24 after his death. But yeah,
he was an actor growing up. He was a child star.
That's right.
And he was in like soap operas, right?
I gotta have some of the old Katos and stuff on all the Green Hornets, because when you see him move on film at that stage, I mean, he's like lightning fast compared to everyone else in that age. It's like watching Dr. J cut through, like, you know, all the white guys who couldn't play basketball at that time.
But you saw what happened. They did steal his idea for Kung Fu, the movie.
Oh, I know.
You know, they stole the whole thing.
Fucking David Carradine.
To me, though, Bruce Lee, the lasting legacy is to this day. Today, we're in the day right now. This is the time of the Asian film with Crazy Rich Asians and Searching.
Don't forget our boy Dante Bosco coming out with Avatar: Last Airbender live action on Netflix. What it do?
Oh, is he in Avatar?
He's got a hand in it. He's not in it, but he's got a hand in it.
All right,
Avatar.
He is. So you remember the animated series Avatar? He's Prince Zuko. He's the voice of the lead. Right. Dante Bosco is Rufio in Hook. Yeah. Okay. Right. He's our boy. He's a good friend of the fam. Anyways, we were just I get a shameless plug. That's what I
think right now though it's a great time for that type of diversity. You know, I love diversity in movies. That's the only way. But it's not even to me. It's not diversity. It's what we've been doing for 30 years. I mean,
guys,
it's life. People.
I know. That's it. Right? Before we move on to the next segment, I have a really, really serious question to ask you guys. All right, what is y'all's opinion on the fight sequences in Mulan?
The new Mulan? Are you talking which Mulan are
you
talking about?
Disney
cartoon Mulan?
Yeah, of course. I'm really, really serious about this.
Well, you know, they did a lot of
I was about to watch it on my phone.
Study for that. Yeah, exactly.
Wait, I'm watching it right now. Give me 5 seconds.
This is not including the musical sequences.
Okay, I gotta tell you about what my own first thing about Mulan was. The opening sequence of Mulan is like them singing a song and they're panning across a scene of yaks. And the first yak that lifts his head up has got slimy eyes. And I'm like,
really?
No, watch it, guys. Check it out.
It is Disney, man.
Exactly. Disney. Thanks a lot, you fucking bitches.
Characters.
Just stick to the white people.
What do you want? Anglo-Yaks?
Just stick to the white people. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like when Disney does like Little Mermaid, it's great. You know what I mean?
They also
but you did Aladdin. Now you start getting a little dicey.
How come the Little Mermaid wasn't Latina or Asian? You know what I mean? Or Latina Asian, which are like, you know, too. You know?
Latasian.
Oh, because she's a redhead.
She's a mermaid.
Hans Christian Andersen.
She's a 12-year-old mermaid. Stop getting hot for her, okay? It's not allowed, okay? I mean, because they make these cartoon characters very sexy.
Okay,
know what I mean?
Here's a question for you. Would you rather have sex with a regular traditional mermaid with the woman on the top and the fish on the bottom, or reverse mermaid with the woman on the bottom and the fish on top? Ready, go!
Fish on top, dude. Fish on top.
Fish on top?
Yeah,
so you're going to be banging a fish face?
Yeah. Well, you know.
Deb, you look a little weirded out and intrigued at the same time.
I'm visualizing myself in both scenarios.
What kind of fish?
Yeah, that's a very good question.
That's up to you. If you have if there's some kind of fish you like, you know, you go for it.
We're talking like a
red snapper, very pretty.
Like a cuttlefish. Like a cuttlefish is a good fish.
Shark, you don't want a shark.
No, you don't want an octopus.
Yeah.
You know,
or an angler.
Ursula, and you don't want something with a bunch of scales either. Like,
you want a catfish.
Yeah.
You want that? Which one?
Which one? Oh,
I don't know. Sexist in any way, by the way.
Oh, for sure.
Because it could be any sex of. Well, no, you can't mermaid. No. This is a reverse mermaid. You're talking about?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Regular mermaid or reverse mermaid.
I gotta go now.
Human on the top. Oh, human on the top.
Sayonara, suckers. Oh my god. All right, here we go.
I don't know, man. I think I'll go. Honestly, I'll choose. I'll go with fish on the bottom, human on the top. I'll go with it.
Yeah, that's what I have to go with too.
Because I mean, you might not always want to go for the hole in the hanky panky and the scales. You might want some head every once in a while. You might want, some arms. I like four fingers. That's a useful tool in gripping.
But why can't the skills and stuff start a little lower?
Dude, I don't make the rules.
Well, now you're cheating.
I don't make the rules.
Now you're cheating.
I'm down with just fins.
Why
For feet, that's fine. Web feet are cool.
Why are they deformed at birth?
We'll do
Regular mermaid, you can go French style.
We'll make it a hybrid mermaid like Marvel. Alright, I don't know how much farther we can go off in a tangent on this thing.
But talking about Bruce Lee. Okay, the greatest
From mermaid sex
Enter the
to
Dragon
Bruce Lee.
is still
Cheers to the greatest segue in the history of
not
fighting.
the best. Not the best movie. Not the best movie. Return of the Dragon is the best Bruce Lee movie,
I gotta agree
even
with
though it
you.
has the worst production value.
But he directed it, and culturally, its cultural significance is way
He
higher.
made it for like $5.
He made it for $5, and you know, it's the first Chinese movie to be shot in Europe, first of all, which is like a big deal.
Amazing.
And if you think about it, Bruce Lee beats up Chuck Norris in the Roman Coliseum, which is like the seat of Western fortitude, right?
Greatest
So he's
fight
basically taking it to Whitey's like home field, you know what I mean, and whooping his ass there, which is this is a very heavy anti-imperial message here.
I only have
You know what
one
I mean?
problem with the Return of the Dragon. It's the guy in the alley, the guy in the alley who looks like Wolfman Jack.
Yes, he does look like
Why?
and he says "Mamma Mia."
Mamma
Mamma
Mia!
Mia!
Why?
Yes.
But
Yes.
that's the best fight scene because when he goes like this and he does the whole,
Yes, move number 5, dragon whips his tail, and then, yeah, exactly, yeah. Oh yeah,
Move number 7, man pisses his pants.
exactly. Wolfman Jack runs like a bitch.
Well, then they all got their asses kicked, but that was a great scene. That alley scene, right, was the greatest
Yes.
scene. And then of course the fight in the Coliseum. But there was a lot of great fights throughout. That's why I love that. That movie was more Bruce Lee action scenes than Enter the
And it's
Dragon.
his vision. It wasn't compromised by another director.
Well, why did they even have? I mean, I thought they could have done without some of those John Saxon fight scenes.
Oh yeah, John Saxon.
Whoa, whoa, he was awful. Those were like pretty
So
bad,
bad.
right?
Yeah, watch John Saxon spinning kicks.
Yeah.
They're pretty fucking funny.
They're awful. No, the whole.
It's like watching Pat
Jim
Morita or
Kelly,
like David Carradine
okay.
fight. Yes.
Was it Jim Kelly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jim Kelly's the man. Jim Kelly.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm still flabbergasted that we're just gonna gloss over the fact that we had a rating competition of fish versus mermaid. Alright.
Well, that's a
Right.
pretty.
We
I think-
just like perfectly segued out of that conversation. By the way, to make a great third part of that third act of this segment, credentials to Fernando here. But at the same time, you guys are talking normal stuff, and my whole brain is just turning. But like, wait a minute, didn't we? You never answered that question.
well,
Yeah.
That's the same thing. I would go with woman on top and fish on the bottom, just because. I can't be looking at a fish face. I'm not gonna fall in love. I'm not fucking a fish face. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Even if there's a nice golden, normal human JJ at the end of that.
There's
Can't
plenty
look
of
at the
human
fish face.
changes.
No, the bottom part's gotta be phenomenal.
But here's my reason. Like I said,
Incredible.
the top part is a beautiful woman. You got the breasts is there. You can do the French. You know what I mean? You can. There's a lot
But
of ways you
the
can
bottom can't be
compensate.
like Kathy Bates or something. I mean, it's got to be like I love you, Kathy.
Wow. Yeah, we love you.
Yeah, but
No, it can't be like Kathy Bates. No, fuck that.
No,
Sorry,
no,
we love
no.
Kathy
But you're not
Bates, but
sexy.
no, we're not
no,
apologizing for
it's
that.
got to be Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
But anyway, I digress. I mean, the whole fish thing, as serious as that question is,
And there he goes, back into it. Love it.
that question should be answered by a panel of experts,
Pain on the
Or,
back.
yeah, what do they call it? Ornithologists.
That's hilarious.
And,
For me, my takeaway was how resistant you were and how you were like so squirming to answer that. You were,
I never really. I was like that question has boggled my mind for eons.
That's right.
I need to dive into this and conceptualize
But
this.
why wasn't Little Mermaid? Why wasn't Snow White? Why weren't they Latino? Why weren't they, Cuban?
Because it was Walt Disney. It was the 1930s and 40s. I was like, fucking Disney.
Nazis were big in Hollywood.
Yeah, man, come on, hey, it was like the
were,
Aryan Revolution, and hey.
But here's the weird thing: Hollywood was really run by Jewish, the Jewish.
But still, they had like Errol
Yeah.
Flynn in there, like pedophile Nazi, right?
Oh, I mean, they didn't get it. Their
Well,
background checks weren't that
They
great.
had
Arbuckle.
Clearly, yeah, Fatty Arbuckle, yeah.
they had bunch of stuff. And so, if you'd like to have more information on this, you can go listen to a podcast that Skipbags has called Film History, The History of Film. And we break down and explain all these concepts and all the origins of all these stories, including racist fucking Nazi propaganda films back then in the 1930s.
I think a lot of movies were racist. I mean, don't you
Oh,
think so?
that's 100%.
100%. Well, I mean,
like most movies have like
Oh, yeah.
cinema reflects
It's a
the
lot.
culture in the time. So, like, now it reflects the culture now. Previously, it reflected the culture previously. Like,
Right.
you can't get away with producing, like, an original Die Hard now. Or, like, an original movie from, like, imagine going and doing, like, Sunset Boulevard or
Right.
Chinatown
You
or
can't do a
now
B-movie
or something
now,
like
basically.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, B movie
Like-
is basically online. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's.
Well, in the old days, white guys would play Asians.
Oh yeah, that was great. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What do you mean,
One and
Asian
only.
face?
Make it really
Classic
yeah,
Asian
right?
face.
Awesome.
What
Yeah.
was that?
Love
What
it.
was that? Yeah, well,
Yeah, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
right. We're not
Yeah.
gonna-
Exactly.
And there was all that happened with
Yeah.
Latinos as well. But you know,
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Blackface.
But now we're in a great time.
Look, man.
much better.
I don't know, man. Fernando, as Latino man, I think you're kind of taking it too far. They gave us West Side Story.
That's an old one too.
Yeah, Rita Moreno. By the
When
way.
you're a jail.
I met Rita Moreno. She's phenomenal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Look.
She still looks great.
Oh.
Lin
The guy.
Manuel Miranda is just, he's just zoning up the spotlight for us, all right?
Lin-
You know?
He's back.
He's not talented at all. He's got like spracket talented. No.
He reminds me of a little bit of Bud Bundy.
Honestly,
He
bro,
looks-
that man is one of the fucking talented
he's super
best human
talented.
He
beings.
is Bud Bundy.
He looks a little Bud
Maybe
Bundy.
he is Bud Bundy. I mean,
Well,
Sorry, but
yeah,
sorry.
we digress.
I hate He's
Any more
fucking
people
awesome.
getting killed?
Grace, please save us from this.
Grace.
Save us from ourselves.
So we have one more. I
Yes.
don't know what's going on.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited.
Let's do it. Bring us home,
I'm
Grace,
excited.
baby, please. We worship at the temple of grace.
Grace face.
Thanks, babe.
That's pretty good.
Grace,
Yeah,
you gotta
really?
get those, you gotta get those
Yeah.
people on the show. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about.
I've seen
Um,
Grace. I like Grace.
Amazing Grace, guys. I think this is this is Devin's personal favorite segment of the show, and this is the one we end all shows with, which is technique of the week.
It shows education, enlightenment, technique, skill set, discipline,
Yes.
and absurdity and ridiculous. Hopefully, if we've thrown the dart correctly on the dartboard.
Absolutely. Well, this one is called the Vulcan Nerve Pinch. So you decide.
I can already tell
I can do this.
I'm going to strongly dislike this
I
one.
can do this.
Did
Yeah.
I know I'm going to
I
strongly
practice, I
dislike
practice
this.
on
Do you
my-
want to
on
know
my
why
other
I'm going to strongly
Why?
dislike this?
Okay.
Why?
Because I'm a Jedi.
What we have here is nerd camp differences.
Well, that's the Vulcan nerve pinch. If that's what you're talking about.
This is
There's
only one
there's
Vulcan.
but you know there's a giant history behind the Vulcan nerve pinch, right?
Oh, you're gonna have to please.
Well, well, go ahead. Let's see what you got
All
first.
right, all right. This is a how-to, I believe, of how to do it correctly.
Bro, roll the clip. Clearly this guy is an expert.
Oh,
He must be half Vulcan.
well, his workout routine, I can see, is
What does this shirt say? I know how to make
ghosts.
ghosts.
Yeah, it's like a threat.
Ah.
It's a sort of threat. Call me.
Oh yeah, it's like I'll make a
I'm going to
ghost.
show you the Vulcan nerve pinch, even though. Oh yeah.
Ah.
Wow, that's pretty good actually. Man, I'm convinced. Yeah, that guy looks like me. What the hell?
Yeah. Here you
I have
go.
less white in my
Oh.
beard. Oh, I just want to sleep.
Yeah.
Is that
So
what
if
it's
you can
supposed to
walk
do?
up behind somebody while their eyes are closed, you can grab them in this specific spot. You too may be able to do the Vulcan nerve pinch.
I think I have to eat a little bit more. Some food going.
Yeah, no, clearly.
These guys make me hungry.
The Vulcan buffet.
What?
video
What's the
was made for
mannequin?
this.
What's the mannequin in the corner? What is that about?
That guy is not. That's not a fight mannequin. No, hold on.
No,
it's a
That's a
store
model.
mannequin.
It's a model.
Mannequin. You saw that guy was like
a white
posing
shirt.
like
Yeah,
this.
it's got a
like,
white shirt. Yes.
That was something from GQ
That's
that
like-
they had
that's
thrown
like-
out when the store went under.
Yeah, that's like the gimp in
Fiction.
Yeah, that's what. So the whole Vulcan nerve pinch obviously came from the planet Vulcan, right?
Of course.
Right. No, but so there's but where did it originate?
No,
He didn't
I
think
did that. That was Vulcans.
Spock didn't invent it, right? It was,
Oh, it's part of the ancient Vulcan fighting
eons,
arts. That's right.
eons.
That's right.
You know, if we look at the actual history of Vulcan, which is like 350 light years, right?
Right.
Whatever that is.
Right. It's fucking far.
It's not that much actually. It's
Light
like
years?
no, it's not that much.
I just read recently.
None of one of those.
I don't know. I'm not
So
familiar
bam, they
with
go,
the canon.
bam, the stars go like all blurry, and you're there.
You're there.
And you're there.
Hyperspace.
It's hyperspace.
Exactly.
I know kids like that. They're hyper. But
I can't fuck with the Vulcan nerve pinch, man. Like you said, it works, but only in those intimidation circumstances. Only in those set up. I'm gonna fuck with you circumstances.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
can't-
If
But
I
yeah,
like this,
you
just
can't
punch
play
me.
it.
You
Yeah.
just punch me. Not
You can't play it in normal
Yes.
combat. You gotta
Yes.
play it in the
Well,
intimidation.
you're trying
Could
to
you just hold there? Could you just stand there?
Yeah.
Or is that like go behind it?
Dominance.
Oh,
Have you
that's
ever done
good.
that to
Oh,
a
that feels
cat?
good.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
give me a massage.
Honestly, that's what happens and makes a cat go neutral. Like if you ever
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
cat,
Yes.
like you
That's
do
what you
like
grab by the
They
scruff.
like it,
not
they like it.
yeah, like not even behind their neck, like
Oh, they
but
do.
between their shoulders and their neck, like their whole stretch. They're like,
yeah.
there's no love. The Vulcan neck pinch
Maybe
is
that's what it
what
is.
kittens are to the
Exactly.
world. Like
Maybe
the
that's what it
Vulcans
is.
just figured out, like just humans, just let's grab them by their cat.
Remember the neutral spot? You just let them flop
Yeah.
to the
And
ground.
they're so strong.
All
They're so
submissive.
strong because the Vulcans are strong. That's the thing. That's why a person like that idiot can't do a Vulcan.
Sorry,
nerve
Vulcans
pinch.
are like 5 times stronger.
Yeah,
than
but
us.
are you kidding me? That's like a gorilla grip on your neck, like it'll crush your neck. I mean, if I had enough power in my hands, right, and I have very large hands,
Very
the
large.
Vulcan neck pinch is hard. It's a hard technique to really. I'm sure it works if you're the Hulk.
If you're a Vulcan, yeah.
Right, if you're a Vulcan, if you're just a regular
Yeah,
person,
yeah,
like
very
that,
true. Hence, it's called the Vulcan neck pinch. It's not called the human neck pinch. It's
Right.
not called the Klingon neck pinch. It's called the
Exactly.
fucking Vulcan neck pinch. So, you can't really reattempt that.
Unless you're a Vulcan, yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
It just looks like you're trying to do a game massage or something.
No, I promise it's gonna work. Just stay still.
Stay there.
Just stay more still.
You'll feel really relaxed in a minute. You're gonna get so relaxed.
Right? It's like those self-defense movies, like, here, shake my hand, and they break
Right.
your thumb or something like. First of all, if there's even a chance of you
that's
doing
Steven
that, why would I
Seagal.
shake
Did we now segue
Oh,
into
yes.
Steven Seagal, my buddy?
Oh, yes, your buddy.
My buddy, yeah. I didn't,
Well,
You know, here on the Fight Dub,
That brings us in to our last segment, Grace. Thank you, Grace. We love you for bringing us into home plate.
we're almost there, guys. We're almost there.
We just touched on a little bit of dreamness. We entertained the idea of this dreamness. We've talked about our dream fights before.
Absolutely.
My
Yes.
dream fights, Bert's dream fights. We'd like to know, what is your dream fight? And you have a unique sense to bring to this. Maybe this isn't incorporated with your dream fight, but I do believe you have a story to tell our fans.
Well, it always has to be. I mean, I do. Of course, I love the ultimate dream fight, which we had talked about, was a Seagal versus Van Damme. But are we talking about Seagal in the young Seagal?
Oh, no.
Now,
Or-
both of them,
We're
Yeah,
talking
right?
Van
about
Damme?
fat, degenerate.
Both of them, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fat Steven and
Russian dancing Steven
Uh,
Seagal.
Cushioned
'cause
muscular.
We might get killed for this, you know that, right? No, but
Fuck the Russians!
I still think it.
Oh,
Sorry,
the
Steve.
Russians.
Sorry, Steve. I did go to Steve's house 20 years ago.
Steve's house.
Yeah, Steven Seagal's home, and he was very, very nice to me. We discussed a movie. I wrote a film for him that never got made, which would have turned him into the next John Travolta, comeback like Pulp Fiction type
gotcha.
comeback.
Uh-huh.
It was a completely different type of role, but it got nixed. And I hold no resentment for that. But he was very nice. He was a very nice person. But I think I think Van Damme. I seen Van Damme. I mean, I saw him over at the American Film Market. It wasn't that long ago, and he's in incredible condition. I mean,
Is he?
Yeah, the guy's like ripped to shreds. He's a tremendous fighter.
Dude, if all you do is like protein shakes and 8 balls, like,
Yeah, that's true. You'd be shredded out too.
that's
Exactly.
what's gonna come out as ripped, bro. I mean,
And the protein shakes are really optional.
yeah,
You
that's
know,
right. Like, come on, feed me this
Yeah,
guy.
exactly. 8 balls in.
I'm gonna mainline.
But no, my favorite,
But
one of
no.
my favorite fighters of all time, and we're talking about kickboxers, was Ernesto Hoost. Do you remember?
Oh,
him?
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
and
Oh,
so
yes.
a young Ernesto Hoost versus like, if it could just be anybody, like Teofilo Stevenson, the greatest boxer in Cuban
wow.
history.
Oh,
But
wow.
young. These two guys,
good stuff.
they're both heavyweights. They're both phenomenal strikers.
Fighters, yeah.
I mean, no, and I
So that would be a battle royale gauntlet because
Oh,
they're both
man.
striking heavy. So they're going to be standing up. They're going to be playing out the punches. They're going to look for each other's weaknesses, but they're always going to be so fast that they're both passionate fighters.
Right.
They always have that passion that
and
comes
it's
from like.
skill and tremendous. Ernesto Hoost, young Ernesto Hoost, and when he was beginning, was unbeatable. I don't know if you remember this. It's
Yes.
a little before you guys' time, maybe, huh?
I remember him
Okay.
in K1, yeah.
You're older than I thought, but he's Ernesto was a tremendous fighter. He had knockout power in both hands and his
The
legs.
history of Dutch kickboxing, right? It's
Yeah.
very close, exactly, because they spent a lot of time in Thailand and everything, so yeah.
Man, this
that
guy was
connection.
amazing. And then Teofilo Stevenson, one of the greatest fighters of all time, with that just could never go pro because he could never get to the United States. He could, but that was always the dream fight: Muhammad versus Teofilo.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you could write a movie for Seagal right now, what would it be?
Right
Steve?
now?
Exactly.
he's a law enforcement officer in the bayou. Oh wait a minute, that's his
That
real.
was
That's
canceled.
real.
Yeah, that was
That's
canceled.
actually real.
Technically.
Yeah,
Wait, I like that idea. I like that idea. Call that guy up right now.
We've talked about that. It's a misconception of this show.
I don't know. I mean, to me, if the guy, it's almost impossible. You get to a certain age, it's hard to lose weight.
Sorry,
it's
Steve.
just, I mean,
It's hard to lose weight. It's hard to lose, Russian girls and
Yeah,
trailers.
yeah. But
Sorry
he has kind of ballooned a bit.
You can only
That's
buy
not for me.
progressively bigger moo-moos.
It's hard to lose stereotypes. It's
Or
hard to
Homer.
lose racism. It's hard to lose all this stuff.
That's a great episode.
Very, very
It is.
difficult.
You guys, that would be one of those fights. I mean, I saw the dream fights. I mean, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran, there was Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler. These were the dream fights. They happened, and this was before fights were rigged, and there was all this.
I agree with that
Yeah.
for sure.
There
Now.
was a pure-
Less rigging is
There was
better.
a purity to those fights, man.
Oh, what, you're gonna mean tell me you weren't a fan of McGregor and Mayweather, bro? You didn't think that was like real? Like, come on.
I mean, at the end, didn't he? He did knock him out, right? Or
No,
what?
it was just pointing him out.
McGregor just got gassed.
He didn't finish the fight. Did he?
No.
No, it's
Didn't
when,
he go 7 rounds?
He got
it went all 12.
I don't think I
Yeah.
watched the entire fight. I watched
Did
it.
you all 12? Did
I watched it on a phone at a wedding. Believe it or not, people had we were at a wedding. Yeah, my wife and I went, and everybody was gathered around a guy's phone, like 20 people watching it.
Nice.
Streaming illegally, I'm sure.
You didn't hear that.
Well, what are you looking forward
I
to
didn't-
coming up? What do you got in the?
Oh.
What do you see on the horizon? Fighters.
Fight-wise?
Yeah,
Oh,
fight-wise. What are you looking forward to?
I mean, we saw there's got to be Canelo and Triple G3. There's got to be whatever, and whether anybody wants to see it or not. To me, I thought Triple G won. And I love Canelo. I
A
love
lot of people
the fight.
said that. A lot of people said
I
that.
just watched it. I watched it and just trying to be as objective as possible and really take a look at it. And I believe that Triple G won that.
Well, there's your problem, is trying to be objective in boxing, because that clearly does not exist
Hard to
anymore.
I mean, did Canelo do some damage? He did, but he really got tired there at the end. And I think the last 4 or 5 or 6 rounds were all went to Triple G. I didn't see anything. If you look at the punch stats, he had more punches, more jabs, more power shots throughout. But yeah, those are good fights. I mean, I like the lighter weights.
Don't leave it to the judges.
I'm a big boxing, so to me, it's boxing more than MMA. I do keep up with it a little bit.
Old school.
Yeah, it's boxing for me still. You know, the lighter weights, the Chocolatito Gonzalez, ring. I can't say his name. The ring. What's the boxer from Indonesia? From Thailand, who beat Chocolatito. You don't know boxing.
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. No.
But those are the lighter weights.
Wow.
Actually, the better, the better fighters, I think. But in the heavyweights, you got Joshua.
Anthony Joshua.
You're
talking about bringing him to UFC. We'll see.
That might be the next big fight. Tyson Fury against Joshua. Tyson Fury's so weird.
What is that weight class?
Heavyweight.
Heavyweight?
Yeah, they're like 260.
These guys
Yeah,
are monsters. They're humongous.
Do you have any other skill in any other combat sports other than boxing?
No, that's the hard thing for boxers to make.
That's the thing, man. You can't. It's hard. Like you said, it's hard to make that jump. It's a totally different sport. It's a matter of endurance and skill and strategy with boxing, which it is the same with MMA. It's just you're using different physicalities.
It's it's been said many times before. The complexity of grappling is way farther than striking. It is much easier to come as an accomplished grappler to learn striking versus being an expert striker and then trying to learn grappling, because that's not going to.
Here's a good analogy. Striking is a DJ doing EDM, and MMA and grappling is a band, a component in a band,
pretty much, exactly,
and a conductor of that. A little bit different.
Grappling to me, and I wrestled a little bit in my time, but I never did, the full on. But jiu-jitsu is so much beyond. But still, MMA. Remember, because in the beginning with Royce Gracie. MMA was
he wiped everyone up.
Yeah,
no one knew what he was doing.
Right.
Exactly.
And it went straight down to the ground, right? When the pound.
And they were fucked. Exactly. Yeah.
But then it changed.
Yeah.
Then it became, if you look at the history of MMA and in the octagon, it's like it's really gone. Now it's more of a mix, right? It doesn't. You have to.
Now that everyone's got other bases are covered, you're able to explore other things. The same reason why now we're able to see super crazy kicks in UFC, whereas when it first started, people were like, those kicks are never going to work. You know what I mean? But once they got the takedown defense and they were able to safeguard all these other things, the liabilities that are associated with doing that style, they're able to.
Who's the best middleweight?
I'll tell you, one of the guys to watch out for now is Israel Adesanya in UFC.
Yes.
185 pounder, former kickboxer.
It's very
crazy. He's like John Jones and Anderson Silva had a baby. He's the next guy to watch, I think. Yeah.
What happened to Anderson Silva?
Drugs. Exactly. Yeah.
He's still out there.
Papa story. Sorry, Anderson, you're one of my favorites, dude. But it happens. You know what I mean?
I think
everyone does steroids, guys.
As you get older too.
And everyone sees little green men. Wasn't the? I think they were.
Right? And everyone hits pregnant women and runs away.
Oh, I don't know. Is this Kavanaugh or is this?
No, that's
both of them.
Whoa.
I got my allegations mixed up.
We're not breaking any news here. All right, this is all documented on the record shit by both of these.
Big Avenatti coming in after this.
That's right.
Oh man.
Anyways,
But,
you want to close this out here?
Absolutely, guys. Thanks a lot. Another episode of the Fight Dub number 7. Fernando, thank you very much for
We got to
being.
thank
you.
A big thank you to our illustrious guest, Fernando Paez. Links will be in the description to all his works. Anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say to the people out there?
No, I'm just send me money. That's it.
No, send him money. But send it to us.
Really,
send it care of Fight Dub.
Well, thank you guys. Really appreciate it coming down here.
Dude, our pleasure.
A lot of fun.
We just gotta ask you, man. There's one rule of Fight Dub. Do you know what the first rule of Fight Dub is?
I have no idea.
First rule of Fight Dub is
everyone talks about Fight Dub.
That's right.
Second rule of Fight Dub is everyone talks about
Fight Dub.
And that's it. It's a wrap.
Peace out.
Later. Woo!
Lower. There you go. Right there. Keep clubbing. Yeah. Look at the camera. Give the guy looking at the camera, be like, "There's no way you touching this." Yeah. All right. Same thing. Now wave to the guy in the back of the club, and be like, "Ooh, come here, baby." Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Oh my God.
Skip bags.